Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia and our subject is HRM in Service Sector Management and our topic is Service Sector Management and Overview. Services have traditionally been difficult to define, but we can see the certain approaches. With the help of this approach we can understand what do you mean by the services. Services are the economic activities that create the value and provide the benefits for the customers at specific times and places as a result of bringing about the desired change in or on behalf of the recipient of the services. Another approach of the service. Service is an act or the performance offered by one party to another. Although the process may be tied to a physical product, the performance is essentially intangible and does not normally result in ownership of any of the factors of the production. For example, doctors, advocates, the professors, the so many number of professionals who provide the services. So services are intangible. So we can see the certain definition. With the help of definition we can understand what do you mean by the services. According to Philip Kotler, a service is an act of performance that one party can offer to another that is essentially intangible and does not result in the ownership of anything. Its production may or may not be tied to a physical product. If you join the swimming pool, the coach who can teach how to swim. So it's intangible. You can learn how to swim, but it's intangible. In the case of driving school, that particular driver who teaches how to drive the vehicle, but it's an intangible what they teach. So with the help of this another definition also we can understand what do you mean by services. According to Zethmal and Bittner, services are deeds, processes and performance. Here deeds are the actions of the service providers. Processes are the steps in the provision of service. The performance is the customer's understanding of how the service has been delivered. The another definition, the American Marketing Association defines services as the activities, benefits or the satisfaction which are offered for sale or provided in connection with the sale of goods. So with the help of three definitions we can understand when we get the services are intangible, we get the benefit. So now we can understand, we can learn the service sector management and overview the features of services. Services are intangible. Intangibility is the primary characteristics that distinguish services from the goods. The quality is not being able to touch, taste, see, smell or hear. Services such as education, insurance, medical, etc. cannot be physically possessed like tangible goods. In the case of tangible goods we can take the experience, but in the case of services are intangible, purely intangible, are more difficult to consumers to evaluate than tangible goods. So we can observe the intangibility is the first characteristics. Second one, perishability. Services have the zero inventory. Once sold they stand sold and cannot be returned. Hence the several times in the services industry is saying that the first impression is the last impression actually stand true. Services such as doctor's treatment, hairdresser's haircut, movie or the airline's ticket cannot be saved for a later use. So it's a perishable. So this is the second characteristics. Third characteristic is the inseparability. Services cannot be separated from the service providers. Production, delivery and consumptions of services take place simultaneously. Dentist while provide the services to the patient, to the client, right, to we can say cleaning of the teeth. So personal services cannot be separated from the individual. Its most personalized services are created and consumed simultaneously. So we observe variability. This is another features. The variability can also mean lack of consistency. Services are highly variable. It is impossible to have the same service from the same seller at the second time. Quality of services cannot be standardized. Services are highly variable because the quality of services depends on who provides, where and when they provide. In the case of hair cutting salon or the hairdressers, they provide the services variable. Ownership, this is the next features. In case of the product, the ownership is passed from the manufacturers, sellers to the buyers. However, in case of the services, the ownership cannot be transferred to the buyer. For example, swimming pool. You may hire the services of swimming pool, gymnasium for the specific number of hours. You may visit, you may get the benefit, but you cannot become the owner of that swimming pool and the gymnasium. So it's a ownership, it cannot be transferred. But in the case of product, it can be ownership can be transferred. Next feature is the simultaneity. Fundamental characteristics of services is that they are produced and consumed at the same time. Either users are brought to the services providers or providers go to the users. So services have limited geographical areas. It can produce and consume simultaneously. Next feature is the quality measurement. It is very difficult to rate or the quantify the services. One can quantify the food served in a hotel, but the way waiter serves the customer or the behavior of the staff cannot be ignored while rating the total purchases. So quality measurement it's difficult in the case of service sector. Next one is the pricing of services. Pricing decision about the services is influenced by the perishability, fluctuation in demand and inseparability. Quality of services cannot be carefully standardized. Pricing of service is depends on how demand and consumption, where variable pricing may be used. This is a feature of the services. And the last one, nature of demand. Services are fluctuating in nature. During the peak tourist season, there is an abnormal increase in the demand of the services. In the case of summer season, at the hotel and restaurant at the hill stations are fully booked. But in the case of winter, in the case of monsoon season, we are observing comparatively demand is low. So we observe this is a nature of demand. It is also one of the feature of the services. Now we can classify the services according to the users, end users. We can classify the end users. Services are provided in different segment, but the reason to purchase, quantity, complexity of services differ in all the segment. For example, individual customers or consumers. These services are consumed by the individuals. The implications for the marketer is profound. It is to be mass market, hence there is a scope for the mass communication. There is a tremendous scope of enlarging the geographical reach and expanding the market. For example, leisure, packaged holidays, personal finances, hairdressing, these services are provided to the individual customers, individual consumers. Next end user is the business to business. This is another classification. These services are purchased by the organization. It implies that one business or one organization, they purchase the services from the another organization or the industry. For example, advertising agency, printing, accountancy, consultancy services. These are the example of services provided by business to business. Next one is the industrial end users. These services are used by the industries. The end users are the plant and factories that require the unique and the technical services. For example, plant and maintenance, repair and maintenance, workwear and hygiene, installation of machinery, project management. These are the example of the industrial end users. Now we can see the another classification, degree of tangibility. So tangibility determines the types of marketing strategies services are inherently intangible, which implies that consumers cannot touch, feel, or see the service product. However, marketers have added more and more features to differentiate their services offer from that the offer service providers. So, for example, highly tangible services and highly intangible services. So, in the case of highly tangible, they have high degree of the tangibility as the services are rendered over the certain tangible goods. For example, car rental, Ola, Uber, telecommunication services, Vodafone, then vending machines. These are the continuously interacting with the customers, highly tangible. Next one is the intangible, highly intangible. In this, customers are not provided with the tangible product. Services is highly intangible as it cannot be touched or cannot be seen. For example, physiotherapy to the patient, or the consultancy, tax consultancy, or the lectures given by the faculty members, legal services given by the advocate or the legal advisors. So we are observing highly intangible, we cannot see. Next one is the service linked to the tangible goods. Here the services are linked with the goods either independently or as a part of the market offer. So it is for the latter, the service become the part of the total product concept. Organization offer the warranty period to customers in case of the some product. While we purchase the laptop or the mobile, the certain setupment of the configuration provided by that particular shop. So services linked with the tangible goods. Next classification is people based services. Here the services are classified by the type of contact that the service and the providers have with the customers. People based services high contact, and the people based services low contact. Here the service providers have the high contact service with the customers. So these kind of services are the people based services. There are the large number of providers who cater to the customers. For example, teaching, dental care, surgery, restaurant, these are the high contact services. Next one is the equipment based services. Another name is low contact services. There are also many type of services characterized by the very low contact with the people. For example, automatic car wash, or the coupon vending machine, ATM machines, booking of air and rail tickets through the internet. These are the example of the low contact services. Now we can understand another classification, expertise services. So this is used to classify services by degree of expertise required to do the service transactions by the service providers. High professional services. So under this category, the services firm should be classified as the high professional services. For example, technical consultant like TCS, and accountancy firms, for example, Price and Waterhouse Coopers, or the certain hospitals. These they are the highly professional services. And the non-professional services, there are the certain services that can be categorized as non-professional. For example, cobbler, or the babysitting, or the caretaking, or the casual labors. These are the non-professional services. Another one classification is remaining, which is we can talk about the non-profit organization, service organization, and commercial organization. So non-profit organization, there are the some service organization that do not exist to make the profits. For example, charitable trust, public sector leisure facilities, these are the examples. And in the case of commercial, the service firms main objective is to make profit. They are own both the government as well as the public sector. For example, nationalized bank, SBI, Dena Bank, these are the examples of the commercial services. And the private sector services, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, these are the commercial services. So bankers, airlines companies, tour operators, catering services, hotels, these are the example of the profit orientation services, commercial services. So we can see the service sector management. The service sector also call as the tertiary sector. In the third of the three traditional economic sector, we can see primary sector, secondary sector, and a tertiary sector. Primary sector, which covers the areas such as farming, mining, and fishing, and the secondary sector, which covers manufacturing and making the product, making the things. The service sector provide a service, not an actual product that could be seen or the touched, but activities in the service sector include retail, bank, hotel, real estate, education, health, social work, computer service, recreation, media, communication, electricity, gas supply, water supply, etc. So these are the various example of the service sector management. Nowadays we can observe the growth of the service sector is very fast. It's growing, it boosts up the economy. So it's one of the importance of the service sector. The number of job opportunities are available into the service sector. Now we can see the reason for the growth in the service sector. The manufacturing industries grew because they produced tangible goods which satisfies the man physiological need of the food, shelter, and the clothing. As the basic need was fulfilled, there was a demand for the improved satisfaction. This led to the proliferation of variation of the same product and a service. Number of companies involved into the manufacturing. So now we are observing why the service sector is growing very fast. Consumer affluence. Due to the fast rise in the income of the consumers, they are attracted towards the new areas like health clubs, domestic services, travel and tourism, entertainment, banking, investment, retail, insurance, repair, etc. So this is the first reason, consumer affluence. Next one is the working woman. During the recent time, a large number of women have come up with the variety of the profession. Their work performance of women is the most of the service sector like bank, insurance, airlines is highly appreciable. In short, women are getting involved in almost all male dominated activities. Due to increasing involvement of women in the commercial activities, the services like domestic activities, fast food restaurant, marriage counseling, personal care, financial services, retailing, etc. have emerged in the recent time. We can observe double income and no kids. This is a situation. The double income and no kids are the working couples who have consciously postponed parenthood plan indefinitely or in an increasing number of cases have decided not to have any children ever. So this culture is getting stronger and spreading wider by day. The realization that parenthood is likely to result in more commitment at home and demand on their time, thereby slowing down their career plan ambitions, make them postpone their parenthood plans. However be their lifestyle, they have double income, no kids, resulting in emerging and enhancing the services like entertainment, hotel, restaurant, career institute, domestic services, travel resorts, and personal care. Nowadays we are observing leisure time. The people who finding the leisure time, people do get some time to travel, holiday, and therefore there is a need for travel agencies, resort, hotels, and entertainment. So there are other would like to utilize this time to improve their career prospects, and therefore there is a need for adult education, distance learning, part-time courses. Next reason is the greater life expectancy. According to the World Development Report and World Human Resource Index, the life expectancy of the people has increased significantly all over the world, barring the few developing countries. It may be due to the advancement into the medical technology and a greater awareness about the health and education. Greater life expectancy invites opportunities in services like hospitals, nursing homes, entertainment, leisure services, investment, banking, and so on. So product innovation, this is another reason. In changing time, the consumers have become more conscious about the quality than the cost. They need the high quality of goods at par the international standards. Having this in mind, manufacturers have focused their attention on the quality improvement. So high qualitative product. This is also one of the reason for the growth of the service sector. Product complexity. A large number of products are now being purchased in household which can be serviced only by specialized person. For example, water purifier, microwave ovens, computers, etc. Giving rise to the need for the services. The growing product complexities create greater demand for skilled specialized and provide the maintenance for these complex products. Then next point is complexity of the life. Certain products and services have made human life more comfortable, more easy, but at the same time its life become a more complex also. So life itself has become a more complex due to the socio-economical, technological and legal changes. This has brought about the emergence of services like legal aid, tax consulting, professional services, airline, courier services, etc. New generation youth, this is also one of the reason. Every new generation has its own characteristics and enjoy the different lifestyle. There is a lot of difference between the generation in respect to their living condition, style, maturity, thinking, attitude, behavior, belief, satisfaction, performance, values and so on. Today's generation with all these changes provide more opportunities to services. For example, entertainment, fast food, computers, travel, picnic resorts, educational institution, counseling, retailing. These services are growing due to the young generation. Resource scarcity and ecology. As the natural resources are depleting and need for conservation is increasing, we have seen the coming up of the service providers like pollution control agencies, carpool, water management, etc. And the last point, last reason is the corporate growth or the corporate crowd. The phenomena of the globalization, privatization, liberalization, coupled with the faster urbanization, have created the corporate world crowd and its support services. This crowd is responsible in bringing the new services. This is an overview service sector management. So we can understand the introduction of service sector management. Thank you.